Hi everyone, how are you keeping? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
I can hear you anyway.
Perfect, that's fine.
You're looking great. Haven't seen you for 12 months.
Still here anyway, we're still going.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I'm happy to just hear what we have to say, and I see a few of our usual attendees are here. Connor and Mary Cavan and a few other names are there that I know from my Tuesdays. So thanks, Rachel. We'll let you at it. Thank you very much.
Problem. Thanks, Paddy. Look, I'm going to start away. I'm not going to keep you long at all. I suppose the email explained, I'm going to just go through the timetable for the remainder of your course. So rather than sending it out to you, I wanted to just do a quick Zoom call, I suppose, to explain it, rather than having a load of questions coming in and not understanding it. So a couple of questions that have come in from a good few groups is the contact time that you have missed. Will you have to make that up at the end of your course? So the answer to that is no. You won't any days. So you have missed January, February, and the week you won't be in next week either. So that is confirmed. You won't be attending the college next week. So the next time we hope to see you in is next July, the week of the 5th of July. So I'll go through the timetable in a second. But I suppose that will depend on government and Teagasc guidelines. We won't bring students in if it's not safe to do so, to protect both students and staff. So look, hopefully, God, we all hope that we'll be back to students being allowed in the college next July, and hoping that the country will somewhat be opened up. But at the moment, it's not looking great. Numbers are going up again. So look, we just have to. Everyone has had to adapt to change in the last while, because of COVID. And I suppose just to bear it in mind, we are working with you, and for you just to work with us as well. So I'm just going to go through the timetable here. Not going to go through the whole lot of it, but I'm just going to explain, I suppose, the reasoning behind what I have done. So I'm just going to have a look here in July. So like before, when you started off your course, you were broken into 2 different groups. So again, we're going to do that for your July contact days and the remainder of your contact days. So just here, you can see, I'll just highlight this here. Monday the 5th of July, your timetable to be in the college for a discussion group, beef husbandry skills, and that's groups 3 and 4. So as we said previously, we were going to alternate the groups that we're in. So you are due in for 5 days is what's on your timetable in July. But the way we're doing it to keep group sizes small, you'll only be in for 2.5 days. So if you just take a look there, Monday the 5th of July, groups 3 and 4 are in. Tuesday the 5th of July, groups 3 and 4 are in. Wednesday the 7th of July is broken up into 2 half days. So look, I'm probably going a bit fast, but this will all be sent out to you. I'm just going to go through, it's mainly the online component I want to focus on. So Wednesday the 7th of July, just worth noting that groups 3 and 4 are only in for the first half of the day, and then groups 1 and 2 will be in for the second half of the day. So look, we're only bringing you into the college for the skills or the practicals that can't be done from home. So the likes of your grass walks, your discussion groups, and the skills delivery and assessment. So we are bringing you into the college to do those. And then just looking Thursday the 8th, then group 1 and 2 are in a full day that day. And Friday the 9th of July, groups 1 and 2 again are in for a full day. So where you would have been timetabled for full 5 days in July, technically you're only in for 2.5 days. And look, you're not missing out on any content at all. we've actually enhanced the online delivery since COVID came upon us. We have enhanced the online delivery, so don't feel that you're missing out on content or time with tutors. So it is happening online, and I'll explain that in a couple of minutes. Just to go then to October. So you're due in for 4 days in October. So again, when we split the groups, it will be 2 and 2. So groups 1 and 2 are in on Tuesday and Wednesday, the 26th and 27th of October. And groups 3 and 4 are in on Thursday and Friday, the 28th and 29th of October. So as we said, to make it fair, we're just alternating who's in first, alternating between the groups. I'm just going to go then to January. So originally you were due to finish on the 15th of April 2022. So we have decreased the timetable, and we've put more work online instead of coming into the college to do it. And that has drastically decreased the number of days you have to come into the college. So just because you have missed out on January, February, and next week, you haven't missed out. We're going to be finishing in January. So just, I suppose, all our delivery and assessment will take place up until January. If students do have repeats, they will be outside of contact time, and that may go past January. So I have it in the timetable. There is, I think it's dairy and beef repeats in February, but I suppose it's for the students who have attended practicals, who will attend all the practicals up along delivery and assessment, you will be finished by Wednesday, the 5th of January. So again, there, to make it fair, half of you are in on the 4th of January and the other half in on the 5th of January. So I will stop talking in a second and I'll give you a chance for questions. I'm just going to move on here to the online timetable, which you got a snippet of last week. So previously, you would have done the tutorials with Paddy on a Tuesday evening. Because engagement wasn't that great on the live tutorials, what we have decided to do is we're putting a couple of groups together and you're going to receive a recorded tutorial. So this is going to be a pre-recorded tutorial that will be sent out to you. The following week then, so just having a look here, so the 23rd of March, which is tomorrow, you'll receive your Farm Business and Technology tutorial on chapters 1 to 3 and Farm Business and Technology tutorial on chapters 4 to 6. So that will form the basis of exam 1 and exam 2 for Farm Business and Technology. 1 week after you get your pre-recorded tutorial, so you see here on the 30th of March, you will have a live Q&A session. So these are going to be short and optional Q&A sessions. So you are not obliged to log in to this. All it is going to be is if you have any questions in relation to the pre-recorded tutorial, might be in relation to the exam that's happening, or a question about any of the content that was done in the week previous, that's where you log on to ask your questions on a Zoom tutorial. It might be 30 minutes or it might be an hour. So there will be an hour scheduled for it from 7 to 8 p.m. But I suppose, to be fair on staff and students who are logging in, if students haven't logged in by 7:10, so that's giving you 10 minutes to log in. If students haven't logged in by that time, we will cancel the session. And there's no worry with that whatsoever. These are only there for your benefit. And it will be the case that some weeks you will have no questions whatsoever on any of the content. But as time moves on and as you have tutorials in your assignments, there will be a couple of questions that you probably will have and might not be answered in the pre-recorded tutorial. So look, they're there for your benefit. Hopefully we will have a couple of people logging on. And look, if you don't log on, no issue with that whatsoever. And then look, we are having 2 exams on the one evening. So on the 6th of April then, which is 2 weeks after the pre-recorded tutorial, you have your farm business and technology exam 1 and exam 2. So I might just stop there for a second and leave the floor to yourselves if you have any questions or concerns. Anybody, any questions on how it will work, or have I it fairly well explained? Surely somebody has a question.
Can I just check there on the timetable that you had for the days when we're in July? It just had Group Z. Is that for Group X as well?
So yeah, so sorry, this is group X. So this will be going out to you. So you're in from the, whatever it is, the 2.5 days, whether you're group 1 and 2 or group 3 and 4. This is your timetable. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I send this out to you tomorrow morning or later this evening, it'll have group X on it. Yeah.
That's perfect. That's great. Thank you.
No problem. Is there anybody else with any other questions?
Hi, Rachel. So is our finish date then January? It won't be April. We won't have anything after January 2022.
Oh, so that's correct. So I'm just going to go down to the very bottom here of your online timetable, and you can see here that the last online content is Tuesday, the 18th of January. So anything after that is students who haven't, who have repeats to do or didn't attend discussion group meetings or that. So yeah, correct. You won't have the days in April next year, March, April. So it'll be January you'll be finishing in, which I hope is a positive note for you.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Mel.
No problem at all.
Mary, I'd say, I think you asked that question of Rachel. As you can see there from her timetable, you can see the My Farm, My Plan is due in on the 1st of February. So I suppose, while the 18th of January is your last contact day for a live question and answer session, most people tend to supply their assignments on the very last day. So the 31st of January, 1st of February is when we'll see the vast majority of those My Farm, My Plans. Look, it's a remarkable timetable. Rachel showed it to me there earlier. It's an enormous improvement on what we were doing. I mean, 2 years ago, this course was taking the guts of 2 years to do. Now we're getting it done in 15 months with an enormous disruption to our working. So incredible credit due to Rachel, Derek and the team in Pallaskenry for what they've done. I can't thank them enough for what they've actually done here. It's a wonderful timetable, and thanks, Rachel. And on behalf of Group X, it's a really clear document, and I know a lot of you, when you see it firstly, but when you see it and just take time to go through it, every possible angle is covered on it, between submission dates, question and answer sessions, tutorials. It's actually the way the university sector, which you've all just come through probably in the last few years, are going. I have 3 family members at present attending 3 different Irish universities, and they're all working this sort of system, which is a recorded tutorial, a live question and answer session, then followed by either an exam or an assignment. Rachel, I'd say the other thing maybe to mention is as we get into the level 6 module, so if you move on towards the autumn of this year, so if you can move down to September and October, I think the last exam so there are beef, dairy and sheep exams, but the level 6 modules, which are the grassland management, the biodiversity, sustainable farming and the environment, all of those exams are now gone and replaced by assignments. So which is a lot more student friendly in my view anyway, because you're doing those assignments on your own home farms and you're learning a lot about what's going on. So again, look, I think it's one of the most student friendly timetables that you could possibly put together. So that's my view on it, and I'm very happy to work with it. Thanks, Rachel, for all your work again.
Perfect. Thanks, Paddy. Yeah, so as Paddy said there, that you work at your own pace. There is submission dates there, but I suppose there's realistic submission dates given. So we know the assignments, and we know the big assignments and we know the small assignments. So I have given realistic submission dates on all the assignments. It is self-directed learning. So I suppose the only thing you have to make yourself available for are the exams. And between now and next January, I think it's 9. I'm just going to count it. 1, 2, second now, 3. There's only 5 times that you actually need to make yourself available for the exams. So they will be open from 7 to 9 p.m. as you can see in the timetable there. So what I have said to other students is it might be no harm to even just get a diary or even a copy to write this into, because sometimes the timetable, it looks worse than what it is. First of all, there's just so much information, and personally, when I get a timetable, I do prefer to have more information than nothing on it, and nearly pulling the information out of teachers. So everything is laid out there for you. But I suppose if you wanted to be that one step more organized, to get a diary or a copy and to actually write in the dates that you have your live Q&A or your exams, and I suppose make sure that at best you can to make yourself available for those exams. And
Rachel,
whatever.
a lot of Group X are teachers, I imagine. So you may have printing facilities in your schools available. I think a great thing, and I've just done it today, is print off that timetable and just have it up in your office or something like that. Maybe if you can print it on A3 in color, so much the better, but it does print out reasonably well on A4 also. So it's, just to keep yourself organized so that the assignment submission dates and the dates of exams. They're the really important things, as well as the days that the 3 sessions, the 3 seasons rather, that you're July, October and January that you're required in the college. Once you have that in front of you, then a date could easily slip by you, whereas it won't if you can either use a diary or else print it out and just have it for yourself. Okay, yeah. Rachel?
That's fine. And I'm just one other thing. So I suppose we have changed 2 modules on the timetable. So because of COVID, we actually had to take out 2 modules. So there were 2 5-credit modules, but we replaced them with a 10-credit module. So I will be sending out a Google Forms request of information form shortly to you. So you now have the option of studying sheep husbandry or dairy husbandry. So all students are going to study beef husbandry, but you have the option of studying either dairy or sheep then on top of that. So because of the assessment type with farm structures and mechanical pesticide, it wasn't feasible to run with it on the course, and especially with COVID, it wasn't going to work out. So we have taken out those 2 modules and we have replaced them with the extra husbandry module. So I suppose some people might be more interested in dairy and others might prefer to learn something about sheep. Just to bear in mind that a lot of the beef skills overlap with the dairy skills, but you don't have to make that decision straight away. I will send out a link to complete the form, and I'll give you I suppose about a week or so to return it to me, just so that I can put in the practical groups and get an idea for how many I actually will have of dairy and how many of sheep. So look, there's no point in going down through the entire timetable. You actually, until you have a look at it yourself, and I suppose scroll down along, whether it's with a pen or with the mouse, and see yourself what it entails. Has anybody else any other questions or queries before I finish off?
Yeah, Rachel, I was just wondering, would it be possible for us to get a soft copy of this, and or possibly to make an extra tab with solely the exams, the times that we specifically have to be there?
Yeah, so I suppose the only reason we don't send out Excel files is because sometimes people can change them. So I suppose I would have to send it in PDF, but if you wanted yourself to just like, there's only 5 dates there with the exams. If you wanted to copy that over then to an Excel file yourself, if
Cool.
that was okay.
Yeah. And another one, workbooks.
Okay.
Will there be more workbooks for other modules, and will
So-
we send them out, or how will?
So there'll only be one other module. So it'll either be the sheep or the dairy husbandry. So we have what we're working off at the moment is the PDF versions of the workbooks. So that's on we won't be doing dairy or sheep until next October. So you will be in the college before then. But I suppose the PDF version of the book we will be sending out to you as well for that. And you have all the rest of the workbooks. That's the only one.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Just in relation to the work placement diary as well, so that's due to be finished up. We were due to review that and give you feedback in January, but I suppose because of COVID, you couldn't come in January and the country was locked up. So what I have done with the level 6 work practice diary, so if you just take a look here, on the 15th of June, you're going to get a tutorial on the work practice diary. And there is an interim submission date as well as the final submission date. So we will be taking up the diary, reviewing it, giving you feedback so that you can either improve or just keep working the way you're working on it to continue on before the final submission date. That diary will be an electronic copy. So I will email that out to you in Word document format. If some people might prefer to type into it, and that's perfect, and others might prefer to actually print out the diary and write into the diary. So I suppose the end goal is just to get the diary up electronically at the end. So if you do wish to print it out, can you please make sure that you are able to scan it up afterwards? Unfortunately, we have had false claims of students handing in diaries, and I suppose when the pressure was put on them, they admitted that they just hadn't them done. So we just need to keep on top of that from our own side, so that everything will be electronically from now on. In relation to your level 5 work practice diary, I know you do still have that and you're still working on it. So we will take that up off you in July when you're in next. We could ask you to post it in, but I'd be afraid that the diaries could go missing. So for that reason, I'm going to leave them with you and we'll collect them off you in July, if that's okay. And that's all on my side. That's all I kind of want to say to you today. If you have any other questions in relation to the course, if you want to ask them away. Or if you're happy enough, you can leave. Paddy, have you anything else to add in there?
No, apart from thank you once again for putting that together. No, I think it's a very workable. I've looked at it now for the last few hours and also saw a version of it earlier last week. I think it's a very workable document. It's got us. It's going to get us to finish the course, which is a huge issue at present, considering you've only been in the college for half a day. So look, it's condensed, but as Rachel did say to you, it's self-directed learning. Everybody has a qualification and they know how to study and they know how to how to get themselves through. And I must say, for the first 4 modules that we've done, and I've corrected them and results up on Quercus, I mean, we're all getting well into the distinction category, as you should be with their open book exams. So I don't think there's any issues, none whatsoever from my end anyway. And I think it's very workable, very doable, and it will get us to the finish in very good time, considering the end of January, February 2022. Remarkable, to have this course brought back down to 13, 14, 15 months when you consider they were normally closer to 2.5-year courses. And that's very, very short time ago since they were 2.5-year courses. The credits haven't changed, still 120 credits at level 5 and 50 credits at level 6, and yet it has been compressed down. And I think your learning outcomes will be every bit as good as it was when it was a further longer drawn out course. So Rachel, many, many thanks once more, and thank you for your presentation this afternoon. Okay,
You're very
thank you.
welcome. Yeah, and look, if anyone has, I'll stay on for another couple of minutes if anyone does have any questions. But if not, you can log off the call, and we'll be talking to you in the meantime, but we'll hopefully see you in July.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Bye now.